Have you ever found yourself binge watching productivity videos telling you how you can change your life and make the best of it? Or maybe you've simply come across motivational shorts saying if you wanted to do it, you could. You've most likely gone a step further by jumping on the running track and running for a week or two, only to end up falling back into the sedentary life you were used to. You see, the fundamental flaw isn't the lack of wanting to create that good habit or break a bad one. The problem is that most people tend to rely on willpower and not on creating a constant system, habit. As such, for the first few days or hours, the adrenaline pump you feel pushes you forward, but this is hardly sustainable, eventually letting you fall back into old routines. To create a constant system of change, habits need to be made or broken. This, theoretically, may sound easy, but in practice, as you must have experienced, is far from it. Like you, Sean Archier, psychologist and author of the book, The Happiness Advantage and Big Potential, had a problem making a habit he had been wanting to for a while. This led him to the discovery of the 20-second rule. Sean wanted to create a habit of playing his guitar every day. Like the rest of us, he had started to play his guitar on a few occasions and was unable to on other days. His guitar had been placed inside a cupboard, some distance away. What Sean did was move his guitar to his living room, an act that took roughly 20 seconds to complete. Surprisingly enough, striking out the 20 seconds that it had normally cost Sean to take his guitar out of the cupboard increased his consistency in playing the guitar. Over time, he was able to incorporate this activity into his daily routine, something he had failed to achieve before. By making the task of playing his guitar 20 seconds easier, he was able to create the desired habit. Conversely, Sean wondered if the 20-second rule could be extended to breaking bad habits. Archier had been trying to cut out the time he spent watching television every day. To experiment with this, he took out batteries from his remote control and placed them in another room. Every time he came back home from work and wanted to switch on the TV using the remote, he couldn't, obviously. He'd remember that the batteries were placed elsewhere. Now the thought of having to retrieve those batteries and placing them into the remote, a 20-second action, wore him out and stopped him from doing so on most occasions. In summary, the 20-second rule is all about creating the desired good habits by making them 20 seconds easier and breaking the bad habits by making them 20 seconds harder to achieve. Think about it, you may have been wanting to read a few pages of a book before bedtime, only to end up scrolling through social media. You most probably have your phone right next to you, easier to reach, while the book is kept farther away. Apply the 20-second rule. Take the book from your shelf and place it at your bedside, while placing your phone farther away. Notice how that 20-second effort makes it easier to reach out to the book instead of your phone. There you've it, a tested and trusted rule that serves to make and break routines, double win. It is important to know that not all changes can be simplified in exactly 20 seconds, it's just an overall estimate of how much easier it is to take a smaller step, one that drives us to the overall change. So go on, take your packs of chocolate and other junk, and place them on the shelf you can't reach without a stool, far from your work table. Pre-pack your healthy breakfast the night before. Install an app lock and seal with a complex password you've to look up to insert. Make 20-second changes to your activities and see how it enhances your habits and productivity.